Hello, everyone, and welcome to Daily Grace with Pastor James. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode. Today, we're going to be talking about faithfulness. It's a good word, it's a great word, but it is something that you find extremely difficult and challenging to see in the life of people these days. Faithfulness is actually loyalty. It's dependable. Are you dependable? Faithful people are extremely difficult to find these days, especially in our community, in our world of today, because people are just so much after what they can get than what they can give in terms of service. And even the word of the Lord tells us in 2 Chronicles 16 verse 9, 2 Chronicles 16 verse 9, it says, "For the eyes of the Lord runs to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong on behalf of those whose heart is loyal to him, who are faithful to him." To show himself strong simply means to bless you, simply means to do those things that your heart desires according to his will for you. And the Bible actually gives us three key reasons, three key things why it is important for us to be faithful in our lives. It's so important for us to be faithful in our lives and also in the community where we belong. There is no community that will succeed without faithful people. There is no community that will move ahead and achieve God's given dream without the entire people being faithful to the cause of that community. There's a wonderful story I want to read to you about faithfulness. Polycarp martyrdom. In the year 156, an 86-year-old man was brought before a Roman official and asked to renounce his atheism. He was no atheist by our standards. Rather, he was the devout Christian Bishop Polycarp. To the Romans, however, he was an atheist, so he refused to worship the emperor as a god along with the other gods of Rome. Polycarp knew that denial would mean a painful death, either being thrown into the arena with a wild animal or burnt alive on a fire. 3 times he was questioned, 3 times invited to renounce his atheism, but no renunciation of Christ would he make. "Swear and I release. Curse Christ," urged the Roman official, to which Polycarp replied, listen, "86 years have I served him," that's Christ, "and he has done me no wrong. How then can I blaspheme my king who saved me?" Polycarp was not spared. A fire was built and he was burnt alive. But his words still echo down through times to us, saying, 86 years have I served him, Christ, and he has done me no wrong. How then can I blaspheme my king who saved me? Source based on a text from Light Foods Apostolic Fathers. What's a faith even to death? What a faith even to death? The Bible passage that we have just taken in 2 Chronicles 16:9 says, "The eyes of the Lord search the whole earth, in order to strengthen those whose hearts are fully committed to him, to show himself strong on behalf of those whose hearts are loyal to him." So what are the 3 things that we can get out of that? The first one is telling us that God is looking for faithful people whom he can see. God is actively taking the initiative to look for faithful people. Are you faithful? Will God see you as somebody who is faithful so that he can bless you? His eyes are always after faithful people. If you put yourself down, if you yield yourself as a vessel to be used, the Lord will use you, the Lord will bless you, the Lord will do the heart's desires that you have according to his will. Don't give up. Don't be tired. Don't be weary. And that's exactly what the word of the Lord is telling us in Galatians 6 verse 9. It says, so let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. Most of us give up. We just walk a little, and then the things of this world, just a little benefits that we're going to get, will distract us from the community where God has placed us. Don't let that be your story. The second thing, faithful people are hard to find. Faithful people are hard to find. Even the Bible tells us in Proverbs 20, verse 6, says, most men will proclaim each his own goodness, but who can find a faithful man? Who can find a faithful man? Every single person you meet talks about how loyal and faithful they are in their community. But just try to find somebody who is really, really faithful. The tests, the acid tests of faithfulness is not when things are going on well. It is when you hit challenges or when you need a critical moment for them to come through. That is the acid test of faithfulness. Faithfulness. Who can find somebody? A lot of us talk the talk, but we find it difficult to walk the walk. When it comes to our finances, we don't trust God. When it comes to our health, when it comes to our job, we don't trust God. The psalmist tells us in Psalm 53, 2-3, God looks down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there are any who understand, who seek God. Every one of them has turned aside. They have together become corrupt. There is none who does good, not one. And the third thing that it tells us is faithfulness is the secret to you receiving your blessing. It is the secret to living a victorious life. Faithfulness is the key. 1 John 5, 4-5. For every child of God defeats this evil world, and we achieve this victory through our faith. And who can win this battle against the world? Only those who believe that Jesus is the Son of God. Are you faithful? Proverbs 28, verse 20. A faithful man will have many blessings. God wants your life to overflow with blessings. Will you allow him to bless you? For God to bless you and the community in which you are serving, you need to be extremely faithful. Go the extra mile. Don't allow the little gains that you're going to get in another place distract you from the work that the Lord has called you in a particular community. There is no two community that will be the same. So stick to where God has planted you and put in your best. Go the extra mile. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode. Once again, my name is Pastor James Egodibe, and I pastor RCCG Solid Rock Parish, Derby, 55 Woods Lane, DE 22 3UD. If you are looking for a Bible-believing church, we will welcome you with an open arms. We have fantastic brethren that are here waiting to welcome you. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.